All right, let's get into this thing real quick. So off the top, at the very start of the show opens. It's Magnum and Nikita mixing it up before Shivani and Crockett are back, and we're back in the, they're in the studio. And off the top, Doc and Harper, we find this nugget, and then I got some comments that I want to share.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to World Championship Wrestling. I'm Tony Schiavone, along with David Crockett. We welcome you back to the very best in wrestling, the NWA. And right off the bat, we have to tell you, once again, Nature Boy Ric Flair is the heavyweight champion of the world. He defeated the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, just last week in St. Louis. However, David, 2 days prior to that, a match took place between Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair in Kansas City, and that had a great impact on that match in St. Louis.
That's correct, Tony, and we're going to show you fans exactly what took place in that match.
And also, we can tell you at this time, for the U.S. heavyweight title, the best of 7, it's all knotted up at 3 apiece between Magnum and Nikita.
That is great, and fans, we've got footage of that match.
All right, I'm going to stop right there because one thing I want to tell you all. What are the odds that Martha just got hit with a Coors Yellow Belly beer can pitched at her? Because Crockett and Shivani just broke the news that Dusty lost the world title, and the guy who's sitting there drinking his Coors Yellow Belly just splattered a beer across his wife's head and hard-weighed her. I'm just curious, Doc. Any thoughts there?
I think it's pretty high, but hey, everything's right in the world again. The world
Rick's
is back to be. Rick's the champ, and we're back to the world is back to being flat like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Harper, what were your thoughts when you heard that at the top of the show?
I was fucking kind of shocked. But then doesn't he lose it again, or did it bounce around?
Well, I think this is the last one.
Okay.
I mean, it's the last time Dusty has it, from my memory. But
forever?
Yeah.
Forever, ever.
Yeah, he only had it 2 weeks.
God damn.
Dusty. It's better than something that Mike and I figured out this week. We went and did some research and remembered that Tommy Rich only held it for 4 days. We don't think they let Tommy Rich leave the state of Georgia with the NWA title when that was a traveling championship.
It's kind of messed up, isn't it, if you think about it?
They at least let Kerry take it to Florida and then go over to Japan in his 18 days.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure Martha got messed up pretty bad, and wow,
the American Dream is dead.
Yeah. Dusty literally, he made 2 appearances on Saturday night before he lost it, and that was it. After that, they I don't want to call it a Cornette promo. It's nothing special. Cornette comes out and he joins Shivani and Crockett. He says a couple things about he's mad at Dusty, basically, is what it is, and they're gonna get more into that later on. But Doc, I wasn't gonna play it because there's nothing there. Did you have anything from that?
What's his button say again?
Oh, I love me. That shit was that was awesome.
I couldn't remember what it said, but it was like, I need to get one of these.
Yeah,
I made that note.
I love me.
What if we just walked around?
Harper's gonna get one.
What if I just walked around at work with that button on, Mike? You think that
it would go right along with us talking in sound drops when somebody asks the question, like how you doing today? And it's like, I'm just here to be blessed and be a blessing. like when I said in that meeting that day, and you can verify it, when I joined that conference call that you were on.
We had a call, and to be honest, Mike and I have worked together for maybe, 4 years now? 3.5 years, 4? And that was probably the second maybe meeting we've ever been in together, because usually I don't sully myself by being down on your level. Mm-hmm. And so they called me in to do something, and you called in and you were like, Mike, are you there? And I'll be damned if you didn't bust out the Buddy Landell on everybody.
No, I said, I'm here. And they said, how are you doing? I said, I'm blessed, and I'm here to be a blessing. They asked me, I told them, what do you want?
How'd they respond to it?
Well, I was in the room, and there was a whole lot of no selling going on.
Yeah. Oh, man, these suit and tie folks, they don't know what the hell, man. They look at us like we're crazy. So we'll keep going, though. Let's keep going to the show. Well, the first matchup is the Kansas Jayhawks, which is Dutch and Jaggers, versus George South and Bill Mulkey. We've said this a million times in the Smoky Mountain Show, but Dutch has back hair perfected. Jayhawks win. Doc, anything from this?
Let me see here. I had something there. So tell me again how the Jayhawks are baby faces. Dude, they did a bunch of heel shit in that match.
Well, not only that, but they I mean, Dutch just looks like a heel, but I guess that's
So
just
does
me.
Jaggers.
Right. Yeah. That's just me. But see, like, they got a stigma, too. I mean, we'll never see Dutch as anything but a heel. So, even if they're not heels, they just look like them. But
I think
I hear you.
I think this is what brought down Crockett. I hate it.
Okay, Harper, you?
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, fucking Dutch looks like a heel. Big old hairy fucking redneck guy that's wears, they wear a black hat.
Yeah.
Who wears a black hat?
Just the look is like the quintessential heel in 1986.
Yeah.
I don't. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, I'm not knocking Dutch. It's just it is what it is, you know. So after that, they go to the next promo, and it's the Russians. And I've taken the liberty to have the timestamp segmented where we're going to hear from Ivan, and that's it. Here it is.
You know, I'm sure this Magnum TA is very proud of the fact that he has tied up the best of 7 series for United States heavyweight title 3-3. But Magnum TA, there was a lot of injustice in this match. First of all, I was barred from the arena. I was not allowed to be there. Nephew Nikita informs me at one point in the match, he was awarded the belt. Got the fall on you, only to have another official come down and say Magnum TA's foot was on the rope. And to continue the match, but they failed to tell Nephew Nikita that. No, Magnum TA, you attacked him from behind and got the fall on him. That is why we went to the NWA, and we have demanded, insisted on getting an impartial official. Yes, and tonight in Philadelphia, we have got this in Bob Geigel. Because before, he showed that he calls things as he sees them. And we know that we are going to get justice tonight, and Nephew Nikita will be United States heavyweight champion. So you see, Magnum TA, it is over for you. For Nephew Nikita, there is no stopping him from becoming United States heavyweight champion.
Did y'all pop when Ivan is talking about getting an impartial official for the Russians and he wants American justice? I just thought that was funny. But anyway, Harper, anything from you there? I know we only played Ivan's part of it.
Yeah, thank God. Because I remember watching Crusher. I mean, you didn't play, but I was sitting there watching Crusher thinking, is this the same guy that was in Demolition that was, you know, making facials and screaming?
Yeah.
And their booth was like right behind ours for WrestleCade. I'm just sitting there looking at him. I was like, what the fuck was this guy thinking, man? Just sitting there being Crusher and just I just don't get it. Wow.
It goes to show you, like, when people are cast like just in the wrong way or something.
Yes.
It's like because you're right. I'm not the biggest Demolition fan. I believe wholeheartedly they were ripoffs of the Road Warriors, but even then, I mean, he was so much better there. Like, you see him right here, and you're like, what the hell, man? How sanitized and monotone can you be?
Yes.
I don't know. Doc, what did you have?
I wonder if Bob Geigel has been flipped by the Russians.
Yeah, okay. That's your only thoughts as you eat your Pop-Tart?
That wasn't me, pal.
Oh, my bad. That was Harper. You got a Pop-Tart over there?
No. No. What are y'all doing?
What?
Harper's having connection issues already tonight.
He sure is. His connection's as drunk as he is.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a little better. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Usually it's Doc with the bad connection. But, yeah, I'm...
I fired Spectrum, pal. I'm on it.
Okay.
You know, here's the thing is... It's just so easy to say things like I was barred from the arena and make it stick. He was probably working in the B towns that night.
Oh, you can't verify that back then, so that's what makes it
That's
even better.
right.
Yeah.
You tell people anything.
You sure could. All right, so next promo is Boogie. Doc, I'll ask you first. Did you want to hear from Boogie?
I thought I had a note on this actually.
Well, did you want to hear it or what?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right. Harper, what about you?
So let's let it roll.
All right. Here it is.
Back with the now World Championship Wrestling. Let's bring in handsome Jimmy, the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant.
Tony, I'd like to make a statement to you and to all these nice people right here today and to the millions of people that this superstation is going into seeing the boogeyman right here. Now, I went over and over this in my mind. I can't live with this thing, Tony, and I'm going to state this statement right now. If I don't beat Paul Jones and shave his head before this year is up, then I will quit the thing that the best professional wrestling, the only thing that I have ever done in my whole life. Now, Tony, I don't know even if this could be possible because Paul Jones is avoiding me. I do not have a match with him. It's a very short time, just 2 or 3 months till the year is up. Do you understand? I don't even know if Paul Jones will give me a match. But if I don't beat you, Paul Jones, if I don't shave your head, Paul Jones, I will quit professional wrestling.
Jimmy, the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. Fans are ready.
All right, Doc, you wanted me to play it, so I'll throw it to you.
What's the date of this episode?
August.
It's in August.
August 16th, 1986.
Okay, so I thought actually that is the best Boogie promo we've heard since we've started doing this because he had fire and he was focused on an issue. He actually seemed lucid. He seemed coherent until he said there's 2 or 3 months left in the year and there's 4.5. But other than that's a minor thing. You can't expect somebody whose nickname is Boogie Woogie to be punctual and on time. I actually thought that was his best promo since we started doing this.
I thought it was I thought it was standard Boogie.
Really?
I thought it was better.
He was coherent. I mean,
his best promo.
Well, he made a point, saying if he doesn't beat Paul Jones for the end of the year, he'll retire. But I mean, I still thought he was Boogie. I mean, I hear you, Doc, but I guess, yeah, you got a point. He was a little bit more coherent. He wasn't as high, I guess. He didn't do the whole 8 ball. He only did half. So, Hopper, what were you saying?
Why you got to talk bad about the talent?
Oh no, I mean, no, everybody knows I'm not serious.
Nobody's listening. It's okay.
Yeah, Hopper, you?
This seemed like he seemed like he was the most serious in his promo more than any other one.
He's focused. I will agree with Doc there. He's got a point there. He's gonna beat Paul Jones before he retires, or he retires. So, yeah, I agree. All right. Next match is Road Warriors versus Pablo Crenshaw, Tom Pittman. Once again, 2 more enhancement talents, Crenshaw and Pittman. They're standing in the ring. They're scratching their nuts. They're acting like it's time for a Sunday afternoon picnic. And the Warriors hit the ring and like, fuck you, and they proceed to murder him. And again, I'm sitting there watching Hopper, and I'm like, Jesus, you heard the music. Run, motherfuckers, run.
It's like they're like sitting like at a bus stop waiting for the bus. They're just kind of standing around. Hey, what's up, man?
See, it'd be funny if you got one of these guys that was going to run and they just grabbed him by the shorts and was like pulled him back in the ring.
It's just, I'm sorry, and we've talked about this before, but it's so, and I understand that they're not going to run. The whole point is them to do the job and get their ass kicked right here. But it's just funny when you look back at it and the 3 of us watch them they're standing, like they're nonchalant. Like they're not even looking like they're ready to fight. They just look like Hopper said. They're just sitting at
the white dude. The white dude didn't get his hands up or anything. He just full assault.
They're just sitting there, like nonchalant, sitting there, just picking belly button lint out of their belly button, and I'm gonna scratch my right nut, and I heard the music, and I know the real warrior's about to come in here and murder me, but whatever.
To this day, I have never been in the same room with either Road Warrior, and if I hear that Black Sabbath kick off, I'll start looking around for those kinds of pictures. I could be at I don't know. I could be at in the mall, and all of a sudden I go by the music store if there's still one there, and all of a sudden I hear that, I'd be like, "Where the fuck's Animal? Where's Hawk? Holy shit! Take cover! Come on!"
It's ancient spook. All right, Doc. Any other thoughts on that match?
No, it was pretty quick too. They
quick.
They made quick work of those guys.
Hopper, anything?
I didn't think. How did they beat them? They just did an elbow drop, huh? It was something very simple.
Yeah, I don't even think it was the clothesline.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. My note only had Warriors kill Crenshaw and Pittman, and that was all I had. So, all right, let's go to the next promo. It's Dick Murdoch, and let's hear what Dickie's got to say.
For World Championship Wrestling. Here's one of them right now. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch.
Well, thank you, Tony. Where else could you see such awesome teams as the Road Warriors? And I hate to admit it, but Jim Cornette and his Midnight Express of Rock and Roll, and such great talent as Wahoo, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, Tully Blanchard. Hey, the list goes on. Well, Jim Crockett Promotions, the greatest array of talent in the world today in professional wrestling. And I'll tell you what, it's just great to be a part of it. Speaking of Ric Flair, tomorrow in one of my favorite towns, Huntington, West Virginia, at 2 o'clock, Flair, you bring the gold strap because we're going to see how much man you are. We're going to see exactly how tough it is. I know he's a great champion, a great competitor. He's been a very, very great athlete to his life. But I'll guarantee you what, Ric Flair, you're going up against a man that's had a few years of experience. And I'm no slouch when it comes to duking it out. We're going to see what we can do tomorrow.
Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch fans, more action right after this timeout.
Doc, your thoughts on Dick Murdoch's kind of somber promo?
Well, he's getting ready for his damn title shot, dude. What is he supposed to be out there sitting and giggling around? He's got a title shot.
A little bit more excited,
matinee,
maybe?
Too.
Maybe a little more excited? I don't know. He was fine.
Yeah.
It's a matinee show. That's one of the two-a-days that Rick pulled back in the day.
Yeah. Harper, any thoughts from you on it?
He just seemed very kind of just, boring.
He was. That's what I was like. Easy going. Easy Sunday morning.
Yeah. Here I come, Rick. Look out.
Yeah.
You guys need to show more respect.
Oh, no,
That's a guy that would have. That was a guy that would have eaten you alive, Mike.
Literally. Or so I've been told. No, I mean, I've been told he would have drank me under the table and then some. I mean, look.
But would he have showed you his KKK card?
I don't know, but I know him and. I mean, look. This is a guy who, according to Jim Ross, him and Dusty Rhodes had a mule living in their apartment with them. I mean, come on, man. I'm sure you've heard that story, Doc.
Yeah.
Of course I have.
Okay. All right, let's keep going then. So after Murdoch's promo, they show us a match, and it's Dusty and Rick, and it's the recap from stuff not seen on TV from in the arenas. And first, they show Dusty retaining in Kansas City, but after Tully and Arn put the screws to Dusty after the match. And then they go to Tully for a promo about what happened. Doc, I'll throw it to you first. Any notes on the match that they showed us?
Wait, now it's Kansas City, or did they show us St. Louis?
Ooh, I got Kansas City in my notes, but
okay, then no.
I may be wrong there, but that's the only match that they show on this one, though, right?
I have a note about the title change.
Okay, yeah. You're right. That's from Kansas City. The title change they show is after this Tully promo right here.
And play the promo, my friend.
Okay. Harper, anything from the Kansas City match? This is when the title does not change hands.
Was this the one where he got his foot on a rope?
Yeah.
And they didn't they reversed the call?
Mr. Menace, I do all the work over there, doesn't understand what happened on the show last week. That's okay. We'll handle it, Harper. We got it.
Yeah.
Let me play the Tully promo, and then we're gonna go from that to the St. Louis deal. That's Kansas City happens first when Tully and Arn put the screws to Dusty after the match, but the belt doesn't change hands. So we clear there, Doc. Since you were trying to
I've been clear since we started, pal.
Fuck you. Here's Tully.
Champion Tully Blanchard, James J. Dillon.
You know, Tony Schiavone, it amazes me that you and David Crockett come out here and talk about planned action. Like the Horsemen sat around some big table and delegated Tully Blanchard to go do this to Dusty Rhodes. You're sadly mistaken. Flair and I went to Kansas City to issue a challenge and buy clothes at Michael's, and that's a simple fact. Now, if you want to say that's the reason Dusty Rhodes lost the World Heavyweight Championship, you say it, because I know Dusty Rhodes wouldn't. Dusty Rhodes is an athlete and a man, and he walked the aisle in St. Louis, and he was the world's heavyweight champion, and he fought his butt off. I watched it. On that day, a better man won. Ric Flair, one of the four horsemen, my best friend. Now, you people want to take something away, you go right ahead. Dusty Rhodes was the world's heavyweight champion for the third time. You, David Crockett, wouldn't know what it was like to put a jockstrap on. Now then, the fact of the matter is, what happened in Kansas City is because Tully Blanchard, the national heavyweight champion, does not like Dusty Rhodes. Cannot stand the man. Ole Anderson cannot stand the man. Arn Anderson cannot stand the man. And Ric Flair cannot stand the man. That is the reason why the Horsemen are out here and why we are what's happening in professional wrestling. And you can take that to the bank.
Fans, when we come back, we'll take a look.
All right. So, Doc, your thoughts on the promo before we go to the next segment.
I like how Tully's inserted himself into the world title picture without having to do a lot, but he's part of the deal now. Tully is an irritant, doesn't like him, and it's starting to seem personal, and I bet this plays itself out in some big way between the Horsemen and Dusty. I bet.
Okay.
How's that for
That's some great analysis, genius. All right.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like I've seen that. I may or may not have seen this before.
Maybe. Harper, anything from you?
Well, Tully's kind of standing on his own, huh?
Seems like it. I mean,
Yeah.
They had. I still believe this, and I've said this a bunch of times. Tully, they got gold with Tully. Like, Tully is such a big part. I feel like of all the Horsemen, I mean, like Ole, I feel like all the Horsemen, I think people always would rank Tully as like third or four. Talking about the original. When sometimes I wonder if you really have like a 2A and 2B situation with him and Arn, because there's like they're different. Like they're different. Like Tully's just a prick. Arn's like real crafty with his words and whatnot, but Tully's just an asshole. He's just like, you really like, wow, because think about it. Arn and Rick are out there popping you with their lines. Am I lying there? I mean, they're like, they're popping you. Tully ain't got no lines. He just out there telling you can go fuck yourself, man. I'm better than you, and he's just real matter of fact. It's totally different to me, but I don't know. Tully's just this smug prick that you really want to see him get his ass kicked back then. For me, at least. All right. Anything else there, Harper, from Tully before I go to the next part?
No, we can move on.
All right. So here's the recap you're talking about, Doc. It's Dusty and Rick, and recap from St. Louis. And what do you know? The ref gets bumped. Rick hits Dusty with a chair while the ref ain't looking. Long story short, Dusty is pinned while in the figure four in St. Louis. Dusty loses the belt.
Hey, remember a while back when I said it was the best finishing hold ever, and you two said he never won with it, and we just saw him win the NWA Heavyweight Championship strap with it?
Never was a figure of speech. We didn't mean never, like literally.
Never means never. I think I'm owed an apology.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, Harper. That's more than I'll get from this fucker.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
you can get no apology from me.
And I love how he lost because he didn't submit.
He never
Right.
said I quit.
Right. Exactly.
He just well, I don't want to say passed out, but he had his shoulders pinned and
Right.
yeah. But he was in the figure 4. So did he lose to the figure 4 or did he get pinned? There you go, Doc.
What the fuck?
Who cares?
No, it's a matter. That's an important fact as you got Harper to apologize. Shouldn't be apologizing to you.
Yeah.
Harper should always apologize to me.
I'm sorry.
We should start. In fact, that's the next week's first segment instead of the Docaholic Spotlight. Is everybody who needs to apologize to me can line up and apologize to me?
Okay. All right, Jimmy Del Rey. Ladies, the line is to the right. Okay.
I'll even wiggle like him for you then.
Smoky Mountain listeners will very much love that one and understand it. Okay, so let's keep going. We got Rick. He's gonna cut a promo now, and let's hear from Rick. This is after winning back the title.
Match that was in St. Louis. And here he is, once again, the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
And if you've ever seen me looking finer, I want to know when it was. This is your opportunity to look firsthand at what's happening in the world of professional wrestling. The rightful claimant, the world's heavyweight wrestling champion, stands before you. Look at his only a world champion ought to look. Now, Tony Schiavone, you said it yourself, Dusty Rhodes, a great champion. He'd have to be a great wrestler and a great champion to represent the National Wrestling Alliance. You see, we don't specialize in rock and roll music. We don't specialize in Hollywood. We specialize in professional wrestling. In other words, if you want to wrestle the Road Warriors, you got to be a man. If you want to wrestle Murdoch, you got to be a man. If you want to wrestle Blanchard, Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, the Russian, if you want to wrestle the Express, you got to be a man. That's what the National Wrestling Alliance stands for. A bunch of tough men that aren't afraid to walk the line. And you see, Big Dust, even though I don't like you, there's no disrespect in walking the aisle with that bad leg, knowing that you had to face the greatest wrestler alive today. And David Crockett, just like Dan Marino or Jim McMahon would do if there was a quarterback, a slow quarterback out there, he'd be throwing there all day long. I saw Dusty Rhodes, had a bad leg. Not my fault Blanchard did that, but he had a bad leg. I went for it, and here I am to tell you, that I am Slick Rick. I am Space Mountain. And I am the world's heavyweight wrestling champion. And tonight, Atlanta, Georgia, the Omni. Tomorrow, Huntington, Charlotte, North Carolina, Indianapolis. I don't care where it is. There's going to be Linda on my left and JD on my right. But I'm not telling anybody until it's all over with which one of you girls I'm taking home tonight. Woo!
Nature Boy Ric Flair. Fans, we're coming right back.
Doc, yeah, I can guess you're happy Rick got the belt back and is now promoing with it. What did you think?
Man, I like the fact that you got to be a real man and be tough to roll in this promotion. You can't just be out there being a cartoon and any of this other crap. You got to be somebody that can really get after it to be a part of this thing. That's what I took out of this. And, you know. So, again, we do know after the 30 for 30, Rick wasn't lying about having the two broads on his arm.
Okay. Yeah. Hopper, you? Anything?
Did you see that woman licking her lips?
Yes.
Yeah. But she wanted some of Rick.
There's a better than 95% possibility that he noticed it and sent word, and he may have gotten a piece of that. Just speculating.
That white suit, he was like the guy from Scarface.
Yeah, he was clean, boy. He was clean.
Yeah.
He was clean. Yeah, remember when Rick lost and he was like really almost humble, like that first
Yeah,
promo
that's over.
he was. Well, no, what I was about to say was like the contrast is really cool because now Rick is feeling himself again. Like
Why
he
you gotta
went
bring
from,
up? Why you gotta bring up old shit?
but he was like real calm and docile. Now he's feeling himself again. I thought that was the best part of it. So
He's like, I gotta go figure some things out. I gotta get back in the lab. I gotta figure out what went wrong. Now he's like, man, fuck that. I'm never gonna die.
yeah, pretty much. All right, anything else, Doc?
Oh man, the man's got the strap again. It's all right.
That's right, Hopper. You anything?
Uh-uh.
All right. So, thoughts on that Road Warrior promo? I've got it queued up, but it was pretty standard. I mean, they're mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that too.
And they didn't like say anything crazy. They did the Road Warriors. They did the thing. Going to what you said a second ago, Doc. They're not a cartoon. That's for damn sure. You thought they were about to beat some ass. So, I didn't have anything else other than that. So we'll keep going. We got Superstar Bill Dundee versus Vernon Deaton. Dundee with the off-the-top rope sit on the man's chest and wins. I wouldn't say he gave him chin nuts, but he definitely landed on him there. Doc, any thoughts on that match?
Yeah, I want to see Bill Dundee and Ron Garvin get it on.
Fuck.
Oh. Every time I look at Bill Dundee, one of our longtime listeners, Dan N, he said he posted on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Book of the Territory. I think he said something about Bill Dundee looking like a Lucky Charms leprechaun or something. I can't remember exactly. But
You know who he looks like for real?
who?
In what was it Shawshank Redemption? The kid that got his GED.
Yeah,
That's who he looks like.
Mike's probably never seen that movie.
I saw it, but I'm like, what? No, he doesn't look like that.
He looked just like the kid that was like fucking Elvis.
Wait,
How old was that kid?
There was a kid fucking Elvis?
How old was that kid?
Was that the director's cut?
Yeah, okay, maybe so, but all right. Well, Hopper, anything from the match that you had?
Right. That fucking clothesline he gave, he took his head off.
No
Hey.
shit.
Yeah.
Little superstar Bill Dundee. He
That
made sure
was-
Deaton.
That was vicious.
Yeah. He went high with that fucking shit.
Right under the neck. Right in there. Snug.
Dangerous. Snug. I don't know about snug as far as dangerous, but yeah, he took his. Yeah. All right. So we go from that to Dusty Rhodes is being interviewed by Bill Apter. It is long. I'm not playing it, but question for you both as I rewatch much of this. Are you at this point? Are you
Careful.
tired of Dusty, even though he only held the belt for 14 days? I'm going to ask it again. I talked about this last week, and Harper wasn't here, so I'm just curious. This is a long segment in this show, Doc.
So?
Okay, Harper.
I don't like these little interview sessions because first of all, they're sitting and they're not them, and it's not like they're shooting a promo. It's just them talking. I don't like these.
I think they did.
That studio setting is weird. Remember the first one with
Yeah.
Magnum where it went on for like 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was like 20 minutes long earlier this year. I was like, what are they talking? It got to the point where, like, I remember at first I was like, okay, I'm kind of interested to see this again. And then I was like, it went for like 2-3 minutes, and then it just got so boring. It was like Tim Horner Ambien. It was like all, full effect. I was just like, what? We're just going on and on. And that is part of the issue. I've been reading a lot about, and I've been listening to some folks that were there during this time and went to the shows and the live shows, and I see now why people got tired. We're starting to get tired of Dusty. I do. I gotta admit it.
Disrespectful.
No, Dusty's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. This is not
Doesn't
a knock
sound like
on
it.
him.
Doesn't sound like it, pal.
Why you
I'm
shitting
keeping
on
it-
Dusty?
Well, I'm not
Oh,
putting him in
shit.
Triple H category. Can we slow our roll a little bit? I'm just saying I can see why people got tired of him. It makes sense. Anyway,
And
all right.
who exactly do you like?
Sasha Banks.
Great.
Well, you
Great.
asked. I mean, what you want me to say? Damn. All right. Let's get back to this. Okay. Doc, any other thoughts about this interview segment?
From Dusty?
Yeah.
American Dream's still alive, man. It's not about getting knocked down, it's about getting back up.
Okay. All right. Harper, you? Anything?
Yeah. America.
Yeah. Let's make it great again, pal.
Yeah.
There we go. Got to bring up
What?
politics.
Who doesn't want it to be great?
Again.
We got
Again.
a Paul Jones promo coming up, and I thought Paul Jones was good. Do y'all want to hear this? I thought this was like he didn't stumble or nothing. He made his point. I thought he was good, Doc. What'd you think?
He's all right.
All right, Harper, what about you? Did you like
Yeah. Yeah.
it? That
I mean-
sounded so fake. Yeah.
I mean, it's Paul Jones. I mean, it's not like it's Flair.
It sounded great, Michael. I thought it was an excellent
It's not
promo,
great,
Michael.
Michael Mills.
Nah, it was. He was
Hey,
good. He didn't
I got
stumble.
a quick question.
Yeah.
How did the battle royal go that you were in, Harper?
I didn't do that.
Let's talk about that at the close of the show.
Nah.
Well, we're gonna ask Harper about some WrestleCade stuff. So start thinking of some stories, Harper.
All right.
I mean, keep it clean. We don't want to hear about the broad in room 227 that you
The
and
room
the
at
Pump
808.
Patrol were pumping on. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to hear that.
I told Jay Spade just stay in the corner and fucking hide. I'll show you how it's done.
That's a married man, isn't he? Damn.
Nah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Not anymore.
Jesus Christ! I thought Harvard putting the man's business on the street. Okay, so let's keep going. We got a match. It's Todd Champion, Sam Houston, Italian Stallion versus Ole, Arn, and Tully. My only notes: they fucked Sam Houston overall. Sam is over still with the small crowd, but they buried him since he lost that Mid-Atlantic title.
I mean, he the crowd loves him, but they're like, he's their Zack Ryder.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Like the crowd really likes him, but ever since he lost that title, it's just like he's taking pin after pin on TV and on the house shows.
Probably because it's about the time he's with Baby Doll and he's paying the price.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree. All right, I got a sound bite from this match, and then I'll get your overall thoughts. This is Jim Cornette in the middle of this match. Here it is.
Champion uses his size advantage over Tully to back Tully up in the corner, and he and Houston are going at it tooth and nail, and Houston's getting the better of him. Oh, now wait a minute, Houston, you should have stayed over with Blanchard. No, he had to hot dog it. He should have stayed with the man he was getting the better of. He was beating Tully Blanchard's brains out, but no, he's got to go over there and be a hot dog, go in the corner, and now the three of them have just beat him down to the mat.
And
What
there
a
comes
sap!
The Rock. Look at him.
You know why I played it, Doc?
Yeah, he's a sap, all right.
He called Sam Houston a sap. It's messed up, man. Damn. Anyway,
You need to tell all the Docaholics about what you mean by that.
well, we've talked about that on the show before. The saps at work who just,
They're not even marks; they're just saps.
no, it's just we work with some. Think of somebody you'd call a tool. I mean, that's what we'd call a sap, I guess, kind of, sort of. But anyway, Harper, any thoughts from the match overall?
No, they just beat the shit out of all three guys.
And Sam's getting fucked.
Yeah.
I had it pretty late in the match. Champion came in, looked like he was going to bow up to him, and this Horseman just whipped his ass.
Yeah.
The three of them just kicked his ass.
Who you think you are, boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Yeah, that's all I had too. All right, so then there's a match that follows. It's Dick Murdoch versus Tony Zane. Murdoch pulled a Magnum, and Doc,
Boy.
did you time it?
God.
I didn't time it, But my note was this was Magnum quick.
Same here. Harper, what was your note, if anything?
Was that a suplex or a brain buster?
It's a brain
buster.
Yeah, he did the brain buster.
Okay,
yeah, brain buster. Yeah, Murdoch wins rather quickly and gets an instant pin with the brain buster, and that's that. So we then go from that to a promo. It is Ole and Arn, and let's play that and see what they got to say. Here it is.
And right now, just off an impressive win on the Chick Match of the Week, I want to bring in Ole and Arn Anderson. Guys, you're looking impressive. The team works there. Everything's there as usual.
Just a message today. I want to talk about one person and one person only, and I want to talk about a subject. Dusty Rhodes, you come out here crying the blues. You're talking about the American dream. You talk about it's in everybody, every human being across the face of the earth. If you will just be honest, work hard, be true to yourself, be true to your friends, the American dream can come true for you. Well, that makes me want to puke, Dusty Rhodes, because the American dream is dead for you. You had your one shot at greatness, and you blew it. You're saying you were down for 3 seconds. Well, anybody can get down, Dusty Rhodes. Anybody's got to wrestle that is anybody with a little bit of injury. It's called a gut check. So when you come out here and you say the American dream is alive in everybody, it's something you can reach out and get. What we tell you, Dusty Rhodes, is to be successful, you take that public opinion that you hold so high and you flush it in the toilet. If you want to be successful in this world, you go out and you do like the Four Horsemen do. You take what you want. You be a man, you be a man's man, and you take whatever you want. I wanted the world television title, I took it. Tony Blanchard wanted to be national champion, he took it. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew, well, that speaks for itself. Ric Flair decided his lifestyle was too much. He has to be world champion. It's something that's inbred, it's something that's in his gut. He is the world champion. Now, you talking about American dream, let me finalize it by saying this. And this goes for everybody out there. Anybody wants to be anybody, don't sit around being nice. Don't sit around being honest. Don't sit there with your hands out. You want to be somebody, you get in the gym, have a little guts, have a little initiative, and you go out and take it. Because that's exactly what we've done. And the funny part to us and the horrifying part to you is there's nothing any of you can do about it. That's enough said.
That's it. The Andersons, and we'll be back right after.
Oh, man. God damn. Yeah,
that's
for real.
That's how it's done, man.
Damn. Oh,
that's not even wrestling, pal. That's some good old-fashioned life lessons that he just dispelled, put out there for everybody.
I don't know where to start with that.
He wins.
I mean, God, that was 2 minutes and 15 seconds of Arn being great.
He told you everything but where babies come from, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Harper, anything? I mean, any thoughts?
The fucking gut check. Flush that public opinion down the fucking toilet.
That's one of those promos where I'll speak for myself. I was almost speechless. Just like I got to the end of it, and I was like, I just heard a whole lot of shit that was so great. It's just great. Like my note literally said, "This was great."
Mine was Arn was fantastic here.
And once again, what did he say that wasn't true?
Yeah.
Anything. For you, the American dream is dead. Well, he never holds that shit again.
Yeah, I mean, now we can look back and see that definitely that part was true. Very good stuff from Arn, man. Just fantastic. So after Arn, Harper, anything else?
Nah.
Doc, anything?
No.
After Arn, Jim Cornette in the Midnight Express. Let me play this for us. Some good stuff.
Here we are, surrounded by greatness, the World Tag Team Champions, Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express, the greatest team in wrestling. Shut up about the Rock and Roll Express, because they ain't nothing. And Big Bubba right back here. And let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes. I'm talking right at you. You can forget about every other wrestler in the world, because you proved that you can take on any wrestler.
But what about a man that just happens to be the baddest man in the whole wide world? Not a wrestler, just a guy that hates your guts. A guy named Bubba Rogers who it's too late for you to get down on your knees and apologize to. The latest thing, the latest unprovoked attack by you on this man was the last straw. And we got a VTR tape of that. I want to see it right now and show everybody all over the country what Dusty Rhodes did to seal his fate. Show the tape, come on. He's going to apologize to me, and he's going to apologize to Big Bubba, and he's going to admit that you're ugly, and he's a goof, and we were right all along, and he's going to look in that camera, and he is going to apologize, most importantly, to my mother in Louisville, Kentucky, who has demanded it, and I'm going to get that, and I'm going to get it soon, or else something drastic's going to be done. Now you go back, fatso, and you tell him that.
Well, listen, Cornette, number one, Dusty doesn't apologize to anyone, let alone you or this clown Bubba Rogers, wherever you got him. And first of all, why do you spit so much when you talk? I thought you were some kind of commentator. You can't even come out here and talk like a decent human being. And let alone, Dusty doesn't apologize to you. He doesn't apologize to this clown. He doesn't apologize to anyone. And since when? Have you ever looked in the mirror recently, Cornette?
Hey, let me just ask you one question. Are you going to tell Dusty Rhodes to apologize to us?
I'm not, because
Bubba pushed down Baby Doll. All right, it's still playing on my end, and they're trying to break it up. But Harper, you want to narrate what happened there?
Bubba said, "Up yours, woman,"
and pushed her down.
Yeah, he pushed her down, and then Dusty came in with a chair, and he hit Bubba with a steel chair.
In the back or back of the head, one of the two.
Yeah,
in the back. It looked like, man. He lit him up though.
Yeah, he lit him up. Let's listen to Cornette right here. He's gonna his end of the promo.
And Dusty Rhodes, I want you to remember the sound of that metal chair crashing down on Big Bubba's skull, because that sound is going to haunt you. That sound is going to go through your nightmares, because it didn't faze the man. You've hit him with everything you could hit him with, and you've done nothing to hurt Big Bubba Rogers. But I'll tell you this, forget the title, forget St. Louis, forget Kansas City, and try to forget that pain shooting up your leg, because the baddest day of your life, the worst thing, the heaviest thing that ever happened to you is going to be when Big Bubba Rogers gets his hands around your neck, and then, Dusty Rhodes, you're going to rue the day that you were ever born. Let's go to the ring.
So we didn't talk about this a second ago, but this is the second time Baby Doll's been either slapped or pushed down. In 1986, the first time would have got them kicked off of the air, probably today.
She's come a long way when she's shooting that promo.
I thought it was funny when she told Jim Cornette, "Have you looked in the mirror lately? Call me fat." But that chair shot was holy crap. And then, did y'all hear Harper? Did you hear the fans scream?
Rah! Yes.
They
came alive.
Yeah, man. Doc, your thoughts on all? Oh, go ahead. Keep going, Harper.
And when he shoved her, he fucking shoved her. Like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, he didn't hold anything back. It was pretty vicious. Doc, what did you have? Anything from it?
Is this the one where we've been out there with Condrey? Condrey and them are already out there, though?
The promo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Condrey scored without having plays run for him.
You want to explain why you say that?
Do you agree with me?
Well, I mean, he's sitting there and he just is the faces he's making, and
no, he keeps every time they chant rock and roll, he points at the belt and mouths rock and roll.
Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, but the whole time he's just making these facial expressions too, and he's just like, just smug, you know. You can have your rock and roll. We got the belts, idiots.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else, Doc?
No, I thought Condrey was awesome there.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So, well, we'll see what comes of what we just saw with Baby Doll being pushed down and then Bubba getting cracked by Dusty. The next match is Ivan Nikita Crusher versus Randy Barber, Clement Fields, Paul Garner. Russians win with ease. I'm going to keep going because that was relatively nothing for the most part. The next match then is a recap of Magnum and Nikita from Asheville, North Carolina. It's 80s wrestling, so Tommy Young always gets bumped. It's just the way it worked back then. And Magnum gets pinned, but they reverse the decision and throw the match out.
That was some bullshit.
That was wrestling back then. Harper, what did you think? Anything?
But the crowd was all into that shit, man.
Of course.
And it was put together so perfectly.
Doc says it was bullshit. Why did you say it was bullshit?
Really?
Doc?
I don't think you needed to do all that to get Magnum established. I don't know.
Okay. Mr. Booker man over here.
This show's called Booking the Territory, isn't it?
Yeah. Lord, everyone knows you could not book a territory.
Who named the show?
Wasn't you.
What?
You heard Steve Austin say the words "booking the territory" on his show once. Let's be honest about that.
Well, if that was the case, then would have
named
it. If that's the case, would have named it Kawasaki Mule.
All right. So, all right, Doc. So you're salty on that. Whatever. I'm not. I'm good with it.
I thought it was stupid.
Well, damn. All right. Well, so after the match, we'll throw it to a promo now. Magnum. Here's the thing. It's time for this shit to end, but Magnum's going to cut another promo because it's tied 3-3. Here it is.
There it is, and here we're with Magnum TA along with Baby Doll.
You know, so many months ago, when this conflict between Nikita Koloff and myself started, he said that the Russian nightmare would overcome me, that he would be my greatest nightmare come true. Here I stand today, despite all odds, back 3-3, dead even with Nikita Koloff. Well, Nikita, you can complain about the last match, you can talk about referees, talk about whatever you like. But each and every time we've always seen that some comrade at arms has been by your side, whether it be for support or distraction, it doesn't really matter. But what does matter now, what you know better than anybody else, is what it feels like to get hit with what I do better than anybody else in the world, and that's the belly-to-belly suplex. I don't claim to be a brawler or a strongman or anything else. Just trying to be the best professional wrestler in the United States today, and that's what that belt's all about. Well, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of meeting you. I'm tired of getting up every morning thinking about the United States heavyweight title and the USSR, which is what you represent. Well, let me assure you of this. I brought it back. We're starting fresh all over again. And this very weekend, I mean right now, we're going to finish this thing all up. When this weekend's over, it's all going to be settled. When the smoke clears, there'll be a U.S. heavyweight champion. And I think you know deep down inside you that the man standing before you right now is a man that's going to take it all home, bring it home right here, United States of America.
Fans, we're coming right back. Right after this.
It's time for this to end, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Why?
It's time
because
I feel like this best of 7 has been like 20 matches, and it's been going on for just way too long. Doc, you seem to disagree.
What else are they going to do?
Well, I hear you. Oh, whatever. Harper, you agree with me, though?
Yeah. And did you see Baby Doll standing next to him?
Mm-hmm.
She was making love to the fucking camera the whole time. I was like, God damn, girl. What the fuck?
She was putting it on.
Oh, God, she was putting it on.
Yeah, man. She was making...
licking her lips and doing it. I was like, oh.
She was doing the eye squint.
Yeah.
It was all...
What's up,
man? Dude, I guarantee you, she sold a bunch of tickets just standing there making those eyes and everything she did. She was selling tickets to the building. Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. Okay. So here's the moment we've been waiting for this episode. I've been wanting to get to this. Harper called me from WrestleCade, and I was telling him about Doc and I were going to record this over the weekend to try to get a week ahead of schedule, but I said, man, we can't do it, Doc. We need Harper for this segment. So, Harper, let's just play it, and then I want your reaction. It's a Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzling Tour has just ended, so let's listen to what goes down from Shivani and Crockett here. Here we go.
Summer Sizzler Tour just concluded. Let's take a look at Miss Rock and Roll Express 86 and her quote at this time.
We've been on tour all week.
with the bus, and this is our final stop on the Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzler Tour.
All right, let me stop for a second. You heard Shivani. We've been on the bus all week, and this is the end of the Super Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzling Tour. So Ricky and Robert been on a bus with these broads. All right, we good.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Over 18,000 entries for our Miss Rock and Roll Express contest, and we're pleased to introduce the 6 young ladies who were the finalists, the Court and the Queen. And we'll ask them to come up. Let's all give them a round of applause. First of all, from Elberton, Georgia, Rhonda Barnes.
Kiss on the lips.
Kiss on the lips.
That's number 1 for Ricky and Robert. Kiss both of them on the lips.
From Bainbridge, Ohio, Sandy Montgomery.
Kiss on the lips, Ricky and Robert.
From Burgestown, Pennsylvania, Leela Pittman.
Wow.
From Franklinton, North Carolina, Trudy Robertson. From Charleston, West Virginia, Tanya Smithers.
Kiss on the lips.
And please welcome with me Miss Rock and Roll Express 1986 from Douglasville, Georgia, Dawn Cherry. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause. 1986 Miss Rock and Roll Express in her court.
Okay. Harper, I need your reaction when you watch this.
I was thinking, but they got laid that night. And there was 6 of them, right?
There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, Rhonda Barnes, Sandy Montgomery, Leela Pittman, Trudy Robertson, Tanya Smithers, and Dawn Cherry were the names. Yes, I did take notes.
You know, Dan, you see, they can't fuck all those women. And I guarantee you, dude, I guarantee you they handed off Tony Schiavone 1 or 2 of those women.
Tony was married to Lois. I don't know if he would ever admit to that.
Back then?
Yeah. They were married. Yeah, I don't want to accuse Tony of something like that. But you still believe you still believe they passed off 1 or 2 to him.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro. Ricky and Robert are young there. They can handle all that. I mean, that's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro.
That's true, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Crockett Promotions was just pimping shit right here.
Right. The last one seemed like the most like kind of classiest. Was she gonna give him a hug? Was hey, and then just like a little kiss. But the other ones were like, just, I'm going to fucking kiss you on the lips.
Can you imagine that tour bus?
Oh, God.
Slathered in jizz.
I want to look these chicks up on Facebook.
Do it.
Bro, that bus smelled like Badussy, bro.
Oh, God.
Jesus. Well, my
okay,
thought
Doc,
all
your
along the
analysis.
way was, couldn't the rock and roll pull better than that?
I mean, this is the 80s. I mean, all of them had that stupid big hair, and they were fucking railroad thin. I mean, they look a damn I mean, that was just... I'll tell you what, bro. I think this was racist.
Why?
What?
Ain't no African Americans in there.
Why do you people always have to play the race card?
Ain't no... Where were the African Americans at, man? Couldn't have 1 out of 6?
Look, this isn't the Junkyard Dog Just-tacular.
Okay.
It's Big Bill Tabs, bunch of bitches, or whatever. It's the rock and roll deal.
Bullshit, man. I'm not. This is racist. Anyway, okay.
Whatever.
But anyway, Doc, that's your only thoughts on this?
I just thought they could have done better for the rock and roll. Now, I'm guarantee they knocked it out because why not? But
yeah,
it just didn't feel when I hear the crowd go crazy in those arenas when they're out at the house shows or the worldwides, I'm just saying the pool was better than what they got drawn from. They should have thrown those back in the lake and picked out some other ones.
He's like on a fishing trip. They should have threw those back. They could have got their limit with some other ones. Fuck. Okay. So let's move on from that. The next match is Rock and Roll Super Summer Sizzling Tour is over. If you're listening to our Smoky Mountain show, you'll know that the Rock and Roll Fan Club has just started. But anyway, the next match is Bill Tabb and Art Pritz versus the Rock and Roll Express. Cornette says during the commentary that those broads are the ugliest cows he's ever seen.
That's nice. You see?
Yeah, and the Rock and Roll win with the double drop kick. Your thoughts on the match, if anything, Harper?
No, a typical Rock and Roll match.
Same here. Doc, you?
Same, pal.
Yeah, I think they might have had weak legs, to be honest with you.
How?
I mean, well, because
really?
they spent the last week banging, getting their tour bus smelling like Badussi, and
I would have liked to know how old they were.
For the people out there that are just only read comic books, can you explain the term Badussi to them?
Oh, people got to know what that means.
They don't know what that means.
No.
Okay, well, there's the movie where Bernie Mac. I can't remember the name of the movie. I'm visualizing it, and it's a stupid.
Wasn't it How to Be a Player?
I think so. That's it. Yeah, and
he's got those flowers, and he's always spraying mist on them, and he's got asthma. And
it's one of the dumbest movies under the sun. And Bernie Mac's wife was getting banged, and he shows up out the blue, and he's like, "What's that smell, baby? It smells like Badussi, booty, dick, and pussy."
Whoa.
And yeah, so that's where the term Badussi comes from. Let me tell you something, bro. Bernie Mac is one of the funniest comedians ever. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac. But yeah, man. So let's move on, though. That's where the term comes from. One last promo before we wrap up this segment of the show, before we get it over to Rod Price Part 1. And it's Rick, Arn, Ole, JJ, and Tully. And I think this is the height of arrogance right here. Here it is.
Express, ladies and gentlemen, with me now, one of the most distinguished groups in wrestling, the Four Horsemen, and James J. Dillon and Ole. I know you got something to say.
Well, I'll tell you this, everybody thought that the Four Horsemen were done. They thought that we couldn't do it again. Well, we're back on top. All Four Horsemen together, Tully, Flair, Arn, Ole, and the guy that plans the strategy, the brains behind it, J.J. Dillon. Dusty Rhodes, I made the prediction 1986 is a year that you go down, that we don't see you anymore. I guarantee that's going to come true. The chair on the leg, that's the beginning. We got another leg, 2 arms, and that big head of yours, and I guarantee, before the year is out, someplace, it might be Chicago, it might be Green Bay, it might be Minneapolis, it might be hometown, but someplace, we're going to get rid of Dusty Rhodes. Make book on it.
I tell you what, what are you doing flapping that around a little bit? You know, Rick will step in here. Arn, Ole, you know, the other day we were down at Myrtle Beach taking a little day off. We chartered a plane down there, and the Horsemen were sitting around having maybe a little brewski, looking at a few ladies on the beach there at the Marlin Quay. Rick has a big condo there. And you know, Rick, we went down, bought something, didn't we?
Well, here's how it goes. You know, the Four Horsemen take a lot of pride in being first class. Aside from the fact we're the greatest wrestlers alive, we're first class. We pay a lot of respect to James J. Dillon, our leader, our pal, our manager. And out of respect to James J. Dillon, the Four Horsemen all put 10 grand in together, $40,000. And Jim Dillon, this is yours from the Four Horsemen, guys. There you go, my man. Hey.
I'll tell you, gentlemen, I wear this with pride every night when I see the World's Championship belt. I know that each and every one of us wears a small part of it, the same as Mr. Blanchard with the National Heavyweight title. Each of the Four Horsemen wears a small part of it. Diamonds are forever. The Four Horsemen are forever.
Keep in mind.
Wish we had a half an hour, but we don't. See you next week on World Championship Wrestling.
They're just being arrogant at this point. Their scoreboard and buying JJ a goddamn ring. But that's my thoughts. Harper, any thoughts there?
I want to know when the hell's Harper going to buy me a ring?
Yeah, you got some new clients, right?
Yeah, fuck. Oh,
you got
cheap ass.
Yeah, you got
I got Cool JX Sly and
right.
Sakaro so far.
That's right.
Yeah.
They need to get you a damn they need to get you a ring, bro. I mean, what the
real.
hell is going on, man? Shit. Anyway, any other thoughts, Hopper?
If I would have saw this, I would have asked JJ at the at WrestleCade about this ring.
Well,
if he still has it, you're right.
We lost it down some girl named Wanda's cunt one night.
Oh,
we couldn't.
Yeah.
We had to get out the jaws of life. I still got it, but it smells funny.
That's nice.
Jeez. Okay, Doc. Yeah, your thoughts on this promo as
I just
want to
put in. I just want to put in a word like that every week, just to shock everybody out there into making sure that when you're at work and you're being blessed by listening to us, you do it with your earbuds in, so that you don't get in trouble.
A lot of people listen to us at work too. That's the funny part.
Well, yeah,
lots of people.
We're blessing them through the day.
Be blessed and be a blessing, brother.
If somebody presented you with a $40,000 ring, what would be the first thing you would say?
Thank you.
Bruh, couldn't I just get the money?
Yeah, that's the other side of it. Give me the 40 grand. Especially the way we now our wives, Doc, they'd be like, "Oh, this is so beautiful."
I'll wear it once.
Right.
Quarter.
Yeah.
It's,
You know,
just
here's the
stuff
thing.
it in a drawer.
It's one of the things that it's a little thing, but I hate it. That Tully says, anybody who uses the word brewski to try to sound cool, it never sounds cool.
Yeah, but it's a good color from Tully, though.
I guess.
Because he's arrogant. He's a prick.
Hey, I saw something tonight in the beer world that there's now rolling around Indian Pale Lagers.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Well, instead of an IPA, it's an IPL.
Oh.
And apparently it has the same ass taste that IPAs have.
Fuck that.
We need to do an episode on IPAs because we're starting to get a lot of questions on them again.
No, we don't. 'Cause that would mean that I would end up having to try to drink another one. Here's the only way I can drink an IPA is if it's. I said this earlier to somebody else today. Is if it's beer 9 or 10, I can drink one because I'm already drunk enough to be like, okay, whatever.
I'll pass on the beer in general. Okay, so Hopper, any other thoughts about the promo before we give out the Rolex and rate it? All right, well that makes it easy then. Rolex, I think we already kind of gave this away as Hopper's phone goes off and his woman's trying to ask him when he's going to be wrapping up so he can go over there and knock it down.
Baby, I figured out what I want for Christmas.
That's right.
I'm giving my Rolex to Arn Anderson for that promo.
Yes.
Hopper, you?
Fuck yeah, man. That shit's great.
Yeah, it was. Doc, who are you giving yours to?
As much as I'd like to join you guys, I can't.
He got to make it complicated.
What does that mean?
Go ahead.
You gotta be different.
Yeah.
I gotta be different than you guys on this one. The NWA Heavyweight Championship changed hands, and the new champ was in the building. I'm going to give my Rolex to Ric Flair.
Okay.
For winning the strap with the figure 4.
I mean, do you ever remove Rick's dick from your mouth, or you just like to be in a perpetual state of filleting him?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. That is nice, Hopper, right? Oh, boy. Oh, it's real classy. Yeah, I got it. All right, let's do the award. I'm giving this an A, and yeah, I'm giving it an A. What are you giving it, Doc?
How long was this episode?
An hour and 2 minutes. It's already got an advantage based on that.
It's trending upward.
All right. What are you giving it?
I'm going to say A+. I don't know what else you want from a show that's an hour long than great promos and some shots from the arenas where the title changed hands. And give me an A+, man. I was thoroughly entertained for 62 minutes. Paul Jones actually knocked one out of the park. Boogie did his best work. People were on it tonight.
Hopper, you?
Yeah, you have to give it an A. Because you had Class A promos from fucking beginning to end, and those matches from the arena. You got to see the fucking title change hands. So it's got to be an A.
I hear that. Yeah, I'm good there. So that wraps.
This episode was blessed and definitely a blessing.